Today's going to be a day full of rematches.
Last time we played against C9, we actually had a really strong early game.
Coast having a great early game, but I think this might be it. Cloud9 taking a victory, and it's going to be at 40 minutes.
As long as we're playing as a solid unit, I think we can beat them.
CLG forced to run 4-for-1 to Evil Geniuses.
We have a lot of history with CLG. We beat him once.
We can beat him again.
Yes! That's what's going to be the game. Evil Geniuses picking up their first win of the North American LCS.
The week 2 against Dignitas, we lost to them.
A lot is riding on Dignitas. Oh, he got it! Crumbs gets it! They try to get the re-steal. Coming out very strong. They're able to take out XDG.
We got a lot better, and I think we're going to beat him.
And he's going to go for the kill under turret.
Gosh. He actually grabs it.
Last time we played against TSM, I think we failed to prepare.
Great game by Team Solo Mid.
That's a thumbs up there from Dyrus.
We're looking to break the second winning streak this week.
Hello and welcome to Week 4, Day 2 of the NA LCS Spring Split. The audience is fired up as we beam out to you live from our studios in Los Angeles, California. I'm Rivington Bizen III, and with me is the man, the myth, the Joshua Chat Leesman.
I think you're going to be a bit too much credit right now, Riv, but I'm pretty happy to be here today.
We're going to be cleaning it up.
Really good rematch game.
Let's get the crystal ball cleaned off. We got another day of big matches coming up. Let's jump right into it. Starting with the headline for CLG today, Houston, Dexter has landed. After rotating Link to the jungle, sliding subs into the mid, first with Hotshot, and then with Chowster, they're finally locking in a player that mains the jungle.
Yeah, finally for CLG. Dexter is coming to CLG. There's a lot of hype behind him. From EU, he was a force with Lemon Dogs. CLG fans are really hoping he'll be able to turn their season around and make them a force to be reckoned with instead of just a middle-of-the-pack team. Something
else for them. It's going to hopefully be good. And when it comes to teams to be reckoned with, a few would argue that TSM is at the top. They hold first place, and they've claimed the MVP title for one of their players 3 weeks in a row. And they are edging closer towards another milestone, the record for the longest winning streak in the NA LCS. So far, they've won 8 straight games.
And that record is currently held by Cloud9, who won 13 games straight in the summer split. TSM's getting strong play from every position, so we'll see if they can continue that streak.
Absolutely. In their last game against Evil Geniuses, Bjergsen died more than ever than he has in this split. Is that showing vulnerability?
Yeah, I don't think TSM has to worry about Bjergsen having 4 or 5 deaths in a game because Dyrus picked up the slack and then some in that game. The whole TSM crew can help around him if he gets focused.
Yeah, after that game, a lot of people on Twitter were like, weren't there nerfs to Shyvana? Yeah, Dyrus doesn't think so. Well, Curtis is no doubt hoping to start a streak of their own after a successful debut of St. Vicious as support.
Yeah, there were so many questions about St. Vicious. Is this going to work? Is this permanent? Why is the coach putting himself in the lineup? But he was impressive yesterday. He had a lot of early aggression. He gave Dignitas actually their first loss since week 1. So his Alistair was a big part of all that, and maybe he'll see it again.
Well, if it's all up to the coach, then nobody can say no, right?
Absolutely.
You're in. And with their win over Dignitas, Curse was able to move up in the standings. But let's take a look at how the whole league stacks up coming into today. In first place, 8 wins and 1 loss, it's Team Solo Mid. Right behind them in second is Cloud9. Third place, it's going to be Crumbs and Dignitas. They're sitting at 6 and 3.
Yeah, and then it's a tie for 4th place. Counterlogic Gaming and Curse for that spot. 6th place is held by Evil Geniuses at 3 and 6. And the place no one wants to be, the bottom of the standings, Coast and XTG at 2 and 7.
Then turning to our schedule today, it kicks off with Dexter's debut in the NA LCS as Counterlogic Gaming takes on Evil Geniuses.
Then Curse will look to topple the juggernauts that are TSM. After that, Cloud9 will take to the Rift against Coast, and we'll wrap up the NA LCS with XDG versus Dignitas.
Indeed we will. Then stick around for the North American Challenger Series. Tonight we have our second semi-final, Determined Gaming versus Cognitive Gaming. Now let's check in with some of your highlights from yesterday's action. That's right, it's the hashtag LCS Big Plays. First up, we have a clip from TSM versus EG with Pobelter doing some fancy footwork to outplay Bjergsen. At BO1, James says Pobelter is such a god. The Fizz playful trickster bait on Bjergsen was amazing. Here's your number 2.
But this was the fight right here. Okay, let's see, because he gets damage on Bjergsen. Bjergsen distorts, and as he jumps back, he knew he was going to come. Flashes over to Chase then and finishes him off with an ultimate. That was amazing. Yeah, right there you could see, even though he did give up the extra assist, the flashiness of that play was absolutely worth it.
Playful trickster indeed.
Yeah, very playful. Next up, the Curse versus Dignitas game. With a St. Vicious, really OP headbutt against Curse. The tweet was from Sierra Nos. Holy cow. St. Vicious' headbutt denying Baron steal attempt. That's 2 St. LCS big plays in 1 game. Here's your number 1.
does take it down. That's a bit of gold. Here comes the teleport in. It's going to be Cruiser. Do they have it? Oh, no, that is not going to happen for you, Crumbs. They get in. It's going to be getting out of the fight that's going to be tough. It's Cruiser right in the back line. Crumbs tries to, I think I can help you. And he may be able to. On to Boy, but the focus is there from Curse. You can almost hear the comms. And we see that, you know, anybody's up to make big plays. It's for you guys to really find them.
Even the supports.
Even the support. Yeah. So always hit us up at lolesports.com. Use the hashtag LCSBigPlays. We may share your favorite play on our next broadcast. While you're at it, at lolesports.com, browse a while. There you can find the most up-to-date news and analysis, interviews with your favorite players, stats, box scores, and every NA LCS game we broadcast this season. Plus, all that chat can be safely stored in one place.
Yeah, also you can click on tickets to reserve your spot in our studio audience, and then also 2 big events which are coming up.
Absolutely. On February 16th, you can see the NA Challenger Series players in the flesh when we host their finals here in the studio.
And immediately following our LCS show on February 22nd and 23rd, we'll be hosting the North American Collegiate Championship.
It's been going well. I'm excited for a lot of those teams. It's some good play. Then let us know who you think will take today's games. Click on matches at the top right, go to Week 4, and lock in your vote. Now for a little perspective on Week 4's big developments, let's send it over to Freak and Kobe at the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, Riv. I'm David Freak Turley with Sam, Kobe, Hartman, Kensler, and we're joined by the one and only Liquid from Curse. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. We're excited to have you here. So I got to ask you, Curse, Saint Vicious on support.
I know, crazy, right?
Why?
So we've been doing okay, right? We're like middle of the pack, forever fourth, right? Mm-hmm. But hopefully we want to change that. I'm not comfortable with these middle of the pack results. I want to be the top team in North America, and I felt like if we put another 2 weeks in analyst sessions and mentoring and coaching and trying to improve the team with the current set of players that we had, we weren't going to just like suddenly jump into first place. I felt like we needed something that was really going to impact the play style for the guys as quick as possible so that we made the change early on during the season rather than the later part of the season. So for me, the most important thing was shot calling. Like if you change the shot caller in a game, you can get people to move towards objectives more quickly. You can go for towers or go in and invade red, go in and control their blue, and you're forcing the whole team to go and follow that call. So that's something that Saint did really well.
So he's in there as a shot calling role. He's there to get everyone going in the right direction.
Absolutely. I mean, from my standpoint, the mechanics from Zekent to Saint, they're both good players, right? They understand the game, they play well, but Saint definitely has more of a authoritative kind of commanding voice in game, and I think that's going to actually lead us to more victories.
Did the extra fan base that Saint brings to the team have any effect of him going back to the starting lineup, or is that just an added bonus here for Curse?
Just an added bonus. I mean, for me, it's 100% about results. I want to win. I want to win, and I want to go to Worlds. Like that's the goal. Everything else is secondary.
So obviously you're happy with the first win that they got, making this change. That always sort of backs up the decision that you made to make it in the first place. But really, how was the team's reaction after the win yesterday?
Oh, it reinforces that behavior that, oh, well, everything that we just did is now going to keep leading to more victories. So they were really happy about it, and so was I.
Even Zekent? I just have to throw that in there.
Yeah, the conversation with Zekent was he's a really smart kid. He's very tactful. He's a mature guy, and he wants to win too. He cares about this team just as much as everybody else on the team. So when things are explained that we get more benefit from a shot calling standpoint by having Saint try things out and see if they work, nothing is really official yet. I'm just kind of seeing how things go, and he's totally cool with that. And I think there's lots of opportunities within Curse and what we're doing from a management or coach standpoint to have him help out with that stuff. So we're kind of seeing what roles fit best.
Okay, so just one more follow-up on Zekent. What type of coach is he actually going to be? Because you're also a sort of coach / manager. Are you going to have a hands-off approach and let Zekent sort of run the show there as a new coach, or are you going to be in there right with him?
So we're still figuring those things out. I mean, one of the things about Curse is that we have so many resources. We probably have more resources than most of the teams that are in LCS. What does that really mean? It means that we have a manager, we have a coach, we have a few analysts, we have all the proper equipment from our sponsors. We have everything that has the recipe to win, right? So I got to figure out where those pieces fit to result in success. And if that means that Zekin is going to spend more time coaching, then we might do that. But we're just going to get a feel for it. I mean, this is relatively new for everybody, so we just got to see what fits.
All right, well, it seems like you guys are doing pretty well so far. We'll see you guys again today. But actually, I want to switch gears and talk to you about our Twitter question of the day. Today, we're going to ask everyone else, what has surprised you the most in the North American LCS this season, and why? And Steve, I actually want to ask you the same question. What surprised you so far about this NA LCS season?
For me, there's just I think the caliber of the teams and the seriousness of the play has just went up a level from last season. I think these guys know that there's a bunch of challenger players that are ready to take their spot if needed. And
LMQ.
Yeah, the stakes are higher than they were last season. So I think that creates a little bit of fervor with all the teams and gets some excitement going. I think that's really the biggest change from last season.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, and of course, congratulations on your win yesterday. We'll see you. We'll see you again throughout here. But now it's time for us to see what you guys at home think. These surprises could be teams that have performed well, roster changes, the occasional unretirement.
Yeah, so send us your answers. Hit us up at LOL Esports and be sure to use the hashtag LCS. We're going to be combing through the answers to find the best responses, and we're going to read those later on air today.
Yeah, so we're just minutes away from our first match of the day, Link and CLG versus Pobelter and Evil Geniuses. Don't touch that mouse.